Hi everybody, sorry I'm a bit late today. As usual, everything has happened at the last minute. So we are here to do day 2 of the Rooms of Wonder book tour. And today I'm just trying to find the page that we're going to be colouring. We're going to be colouring from the, hopefully you've got it, the download that I put on the book tour website last night. I will share a link to it. Is it this page? Yes. I'll share a link to it again in the description of this video. Hello, welcome along. Oh, hi everyone. Hi. So we are celebrating this book, which I know is back to front, but it's Rooms of Wonder, my brand new adult colouring book. Here's all the pictures. And we're going to be colouring a couple of the little elements from this double page spread, which is like bits and pieces that might be found in a lost property office. Some are more unusual than others, granted. Imagine you lost a bunny. So sad. So pages like this are fab because there's just lots of little things. You can pick a couple to do. You can get all those feel-good vibes from actually finishing a drawing or a colouring. Oh, hi Gail. In one sitting. So you could do one of these like if you're on a really boring Zoom call while you're waiting for the dishwasher to finish, while the baby naps, while you're waiting for the kids to come out of cheerleading, all those good things. So that's why I like those kind of pages with lots of different individual elements. Just going to refresh this here. Today I'm going to do, so I know lots of people don't have their books yet, don't worry at all. One of the downloads, one of the 3 downloads on the book launch website is this. So it's like a little composite page. So these are 3 elements from that page. Here's 3 from like the country kitchen page. And down here we have a little jarred galaxy situation. And we're going to colour them today. Using these. They are the Faber-Castell colouring pencils. I really like these ones. I can't remember how much they are, but they're not expensive. I think they might be even like £20 or less. I got them from Amazon during the lockdown, but I'm pretty sure you can still get them. And I think they're a really good Faber-Castell pencil. 16 a pack. Right, I'm gonna get these opened and everyone's set up. So we're not colouring in the book, we're colouring on the download. Top tip when you're colouring on a download, get some extra sheets of paper and pop it beneath the sheet that you're going to colour. Otherwise, you're colouring straight onto the desk and it's sort of scratchy and hard. You get the texture of the table. So I like to cushion out on a few extra sheets of paper. Usually I print my downloads onto just really basic white recycled copy paper, like office paper that I get from Tesco. I've actually run out of paper, so I've used my headed note paper, which is a little bit thicker, and ivory, so it's a little bit fancier, but any paper will do. Obviously don't jam your printer. I think there was a lovely conversation yesterday about what kind of papers to use for downloads. So if you want any top tips, look at yesterday's video and scroll through the comments, and you'll see that there. Right, I'm gonna flip this over. Hi Jess. Oh, hello everyone from Spain. Oh, hi Bev. Right, okay, let me flip this round. Barbara says, that's great that you change pencils every day. Yeah, I forgot to charge this phone again. Let me take this cable out. That looks so different today, doesn't it? Why is there that shadow? What have we done differently? How odd. Let me zoom in. We're not doing that page. We're doing this bit. Oh, how annoying. You can see that's my headed notepaper. Look, beneath it. You can kind of see that through. That's what that is, but never mind. It'll be fine when we do this one because it's in the middle of the page. Let's colour in these little guys. And yeah, I'm going to use different pencils each day. Just to mix it up, I think. Just to mix it up. Right, let's do this little purse. So these are those pencils. They come in this like foldy away thing. As you can see, I have not put them back in a good rainbow order as usual. Let's do a speed purse. I'm going to do it different shades of, I think I did blues. I did blues yesterday, didn't I? Possibly. There's lots more purples in this set than there was in that set yesterday. Right, I'm going to do this wee purse. Give that a little sharpen. So these pencils are probably, I would say, slightly less pigmented. Let me get this in the middle for you. than the ones that I used yesterday, than the Statler Design Journeys, but still really lovely to use, easy to blend. You maybe do need to push a bit harder to get the same intensity of colour, but still a nice pencil. I was actually looking through all my stash of different colouring pencils to pick what we're going to use today, and maybe I should do a video with just comparing all the different kinds of different pencils. I have so many. And I would have to say as well, actually, I was speaking about this to someone else, I don't necessarily think the more expensive ones are better. I buy my sets usually just from Amazon. I occasionally will get sent some, but when people do that, when they ask to send me things, I always have to specify with them that they can do, but it doesn't mean that I'm necessarily going to use them in a video or say nice things about them, because I would much rather work out if they're actually good pencils and then decide, like, how can you possibly agree to leave something a good review until you've tried it, because they might be rubbish. So I tend to not do those kind of receive those kind of freebie packages, because I'd rather test them out myself. There we go. I think these ones were bought during one of my massive purchasing sprees on Amazon during lockdown. Oh, I'm not going to do that yellow actually. I'm going to do it pink, I think. I'll do it pinky purple. Nice, nice, nice. Little green leaf, I think. Oh, that's very green, isn't it? That's quite an emerald green. I might go over that with something a little bit darker. There we go. And then I think I'm going to do, everything's looking quite dark, so I'm going to do these little leaves quite a zingy fresh green, possibly this one, just to lighten things up a wee bit. And these wee flowers, kind of like tulips, I think I'm going to do them pink, maybe this pink. Yeah, and then this bit here is usually gold on one of these little purses. Now this is a gold metallic pencil. You probably can't see, but that's like a little bit shimmery. I'm not convinced that, oh, actually it's quite nice. Usually I find metallic pencils are a little bit of a disappointment, because you expect them to be as shiny and glossy as a pen, and they're not. But that's quite nice actually. So that was just in with the set. There's a few metallic-y looking ones. This silver looks metallic as well. I think there's just the gold and the silver, it must be. Oh no, look, here's like a shimmery green one as well. We'll use that for something. Oh, we'll use that in the marble jar next. That's what we'll do. Okay, so here's our wee chain. I'm gonna do that gold as well. And I'm not gonna colour in all those little bits individually. I'm just going to go over the top and make it a single line like this. Oh, do you know what, that light's in a funny position. Is that better? My hand's in the way today, isn't it? Let me try turning this so that you can see better and my big hand's not in the way. Oh, and I forgot those little leaves there. I'm going to do them in the bright green again to lighten it up a wee touch. And then all the lost property items have a wee ticket on them so that they can be labelled and found. So I'm just going to add a little bit of shading to the wrinkles and the edges as opposed to colouring that whole thing in. mainly it's just going to be white. So there is our little purse in the Lost Property Office. Now let's see who's lost their marbles. We can colour these in. There we go. Oh, and here's another one. There's more of these than I thought. That must be them all. Yeah, it looks like. This is the least impressive of them all. I'll sort of tip the paper in a second so you can see if the light catches those wee sparkles. Do a bright pink line through here. Now with marbles, I think you're better to stick to like one colour per marble, if that makes sense, but to do variations of tone within them. So this blue one, it's obviously got that blue outer sort of main bit, and then the wee belt down the middle, I'm going to do that colour. And this one's our greeny one. I'm going to do a little green swoosh in here. And another one here. So I know lots of people love these pages that have just the smaller designs in them, ones that you can sort of tackle bit by bit. They're less overwhelming than the big double page spreads if they tend to be a bit too much for you. And I love the idea of just being able to dip in and out. It's like a pocketbook approach to colouring. So less intense, more achievable and a shorter time limit. There you go. It's a very blue marble. I'm going to do another blue one. I'm just going to do it now so I can colour batch it a wee bit. Let's have this blue here. My desk is instantly a pit. There's just pencils everywhere. Some people seem to be able to colour and keep things really, really tidy and organised on their desk. Not me. Total mess. I might do a purple swish through that pinky one as well, actually. Bit of contrast. We'll do another purple one up here. Quite like a lilac. I've got lilac. Yeah, here we go. I think we'll need to do an orange one as well. It's all looking a bit pinky purpley. Oh, now that's like, it's too bright. Well, no, it's not, it's fine. I'll do these ones pink. And we'll do this last one green. For the jar itself, I think I'll do it just a wee hint of blue to give the impression of a pale glass without actually colouring it. So you leave the white paper to do most of the work. I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to grab, I think, this blue here. So it's not really light, but I'm just going to colour around the outer edge and then lightly go into the middle, but leave quite a bit of white paper. I think that gives the impression of glass. You could also use the colours of the marbles so that you've got the idea of reflections. It's a bit tricky for me, so I'm not going to do that today. But we'll just do a wee hint of glass and colour there. Oh, and a bit more here because it'll be a bit darker underneath that lid. And then the jam jar lid. Let's keep it in cool tones. We'll do it grey. I'm going to do it dark on this side, going lighter into the middle, and the same on this side, dark on the edge, lighter into the middle, so it looks like about here the light's hitting it, and it gets a wee bit paler. We'll do this little rim here, and then kind of the same here, sort of darker at the edges, and then just get lighter into the middle. I'm actually going to put a little bit of grey into this blue under here as well. It would be darker, and under here, because that label would be darker. Maybe in there. Now we've got our wee label. Just do a tiny bit of colour. You almost don't want to colour this in, or I'm not going to colour it in, it's more that I'm knocking back the white. So I'm stopping the paper being so glary and just adding a wee bit of colour to knock it back a touch, as opposed to colouring it in. Sometimes I just think a lighter touch is better. Oh, do you know what, I'm looking at this now thinking I'd like to add a bit of pink to it. I'm just going to quickly do it. I'm going to, that's clearly blue, hold on. For this one, I'm going to do a wee bit of pink here, just to add a bit of something to that purple. It was looking a bit flat. There we go. It's a helicopter going over, nice and noisy. There we go. It's like an extra little bit of interest, isn't it? Right, and now, lastly, this pencil's really nice. I wish I'd use this one for the marbles now. I'm gonna do a little bit of extra shading. There we go. And now, oh, dropped my pencil. And now we have this little unicorn with wings. I'm gonna do her pink, I think. Pink, I think. Or him. I'm going to do this unicorn pink. And I don't normally do tiny little bits like this in different colours because, to be honest, I'm too impatient and it annoys me. But I think I'll make a special allowance for this little girl or guy and do a couple of different shades of pink for this mane and tail. So that's just a lighter pink and a darker pink. And you could just use the same colour, but it kind of gives it a bit of a highlighty look. And then the body itself, I think I'm going to do pale. What colour will we do? Maybe this pink. There we go. Then the legs. Now, under here in the tummy would be darker, so I'm going to push hard, as would in behind this V-leg and that one. And then I'm going to do darker underneath these wings and also underneath the mane. I think you can just colour everything in the same intensity and have it one sort of shade. Or you can vary how hard you push with your pencil and make things darker and lighter. I think it makes it a little bit more interesting. You absolutely don't have to do that. And if you're working in pen, you can't do that unless you've got some sort of fancy chameleon pens or blendable pens. You know, pen's all or nothing, and it's just big pops of colour. So if we were doing this in pen, I would say just whack the colour down. Don't worry about shading and blending. It's just going to be a really bright, fun little drawing. I might actually put a wee bit of it's like a peachy colour. Just gonna do some What do they call that in makeup? Contouring. Right, that just warms it up a wee bit, I think. These little hoofs, I'm gonna do darker pink. And I'm gonna push hard on the left-hand side and have them go lighter here. Now, horn, let's do dark pink. And the same with these wings, I think. So I'm going to push hard at the base of the wing and have it just white paper at the tips. And then those wee stars, I don't really want to do them yellow. I think we'll do them purple. Or, I've not used this colour. Oh, this is a nice pink. Like a raspberry red pink. It's bright. Quite like that. I'll add a bit of that to these wings. To the horn. Oh, and inside this wee lug. Should I have... I'll give her some rosy cheeks. I don't really know where the cheek of a horse would be. A unicorn, would it be here? Oh, I don't want to mess about with that. I feel like that could go wrong for me. Right, I'm going to add a little bit more shading just with this raspberry. If you just go lightly and try to build up your colours in really soft, gentle layers, it just gives you so much more flexibility. I feel like if I make a mistake and I'm just doing lots of light layers, it's quite easy to remedy. And then we'll do her wee ticket. Where she was lost, who she was handed in by, all that kind of stuff. And there we go. Oh my days, my desk is an absolute mess. So that is our 3 little illustrations. We've got a purse, jar marbles. I don't know if you can see that in that light. Maybe. Oh, and our little unicorn. Cute, cute, cute. Let me see if I can... Yeah, you can see the shimmeriness there, actually. Did we do any shimmer on that one? No, it was just this one. Oh, the gold there. There you go. Let me see if I can make this shine without... Kind of. Right. I just see discussion about who's lost their marbles. Everyone has lost their marbles. Whew. Right, hello, welcome back. So, sometimes the lighting is a bit different when I do it on the front camera like this. Those are the little pictures that we've done today. We'll do these next 3, oh hi Emily. We'll do these next 3, I think I've got this planned for tomorrow. And then we've got a bigger page from the book, the Wizarding Sphere. And then this little guy, the Galaxy Jars, we'll do on Friday. And if anyone's wondering, my desk is a total pet. There's just pencils everywhere. I've not put anything away. Thank you. Marbles are overrated. Well, yes, perhaps. Quite liked colouring those marbles in. It was like, kind of got gobstopper vibes, don't they? They'd be very nice with a little bit of a metallic gel pen. Oh, talking of which, these are the Pentel 1 pen 2 shades. Looks different on dark or light paper. Look at them. I'll have a play with them later. I kind of don't want to play with them live just in case I mess it up. I'll do that in the privacy of my own studio. Hi everyone. Right, has anyone got a couple of questions? We've got a few more minutes, so we'll do a few more questions about the book or about drawing. We've also got, I have got a giveaway to do. I've got some signed books and some Staedtler colouring pencils, so we'll maybe try and do that tomorrow. I'll announce that then, and then you can hop on, and there's going to be 3 different ways that you can enter the giveaways. So I think I've got 6 books in total plus colouring pencils, and you can enter either on Facebook, Instagram, or via my newsletter, or you could do all 3 and increase your chances of winning. I'll announce more about that tomorrow. Okay. Lorna says, thank you for doing your lives. It's so early in the morning. Yeah, well, it's 4 o'clock here, but I'm sure it is early in the morning in Australia. Sylvia, these are the pencils that I use today. They're back to front, but it is the Faber-Castell colour pencils. I think they're like less than £20 in the UK. They're not an expensive set, like a budget-friendly Faber-Castell set. They work really nice, and you get 60 in a pack. I bought mine on Amazon during lockdown, but I'm sure you still get them. What is your favourite colour to colour with? I always like colouring in green and pink. I like to colour a lot of leaves. I find it very soothing. You see, if you get a page with loads and loads of leaves on it, all the same size, I know it drives some people crazy. I love it. I find it's like some sort of trance meditation, because I usually do 2 different shades of green, and I'll push hard at like the sort of tip of one side and then hard at the other side with the other colour, and like blend them in. And I think just like, it's almost like knitting. You know how people get really meditative, that word, about their knitting? That's how I feel about colouring leaves. Just good vibes. The other day, actually, I couldn't sleep, and I got up in the middle of the night, and I had a colouring book in the kitchen that I was prepping for filming, and I just coloured loads and loads of leaves at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Odd. Anyway. Right. In Trinidad, that will be about $150. Is that for the colouring pencils? I do find though, and I genuinely mean this, I don't think you have to spend loads and loads and loads of money on pencils, and I don't think you need a million sets either. I'm quite bad for hoarding them, but you know, this is my job, so I kind of feel that that's okay. And also, I need to try them all out so that I know which ones to recommend to you guys. And like I said earlier, I will never ever recommend a set of pencils that I think are a bit iffy, because it doesn't do anyone any good. You guys get bad advice, I look like a muppet, and you go and spend your hard-earned cash on something that's rubbish, and then it's just bad news, isn't it? So what I like to do is to buy loads of different sets, try them out, and then I just share with you the ones that I think are really good. And those ones are. Okay, oh, Lydia uses Derwents. Yeah, I've got some Derwent. I have their Inktense pencils and a few other sets. I'm sure they did really nice skin tone packages as well. So like really nice flesh tones if you were doing portraiture. I don't do a lot of portraiture in my books apart from Ivy and the Inky Butterfly, but if you were doing like one of the books by the Scandi girls, Derwent do really nice different tones for skin. Oh, you can apparently get these pencils in a tin. Yep, quite possibly. I just have I guess the tin would be more expensive. The cardboard box works fine. Have you ever tried Arteza pencils? Yes, Margaret, I have. I have rather a lot of Arteza pencils down there actually. Let's use Arteza pencils tomorrow. We'll do that. I'll colour tomorrow's page using my Arteza pencils. Castle ones are really good as well. Just some of your comments are really funny. Cheryl says, I thought you were using Staedtler. I used Staedtler yesterday. So I kind of hop about using different pencils, Cheryl. Yesterday we had the Staedtler ones. I'll maybe come back to them again later in the week. But it's sometimes nice just to mix it up, because not everybody has the same pencils at home. And if you want to see some different recommendations and see which ones might be good for you and get some tips for buying, that's a good idea. But yeah, overall, I think Staedtler are a great brand. Really, really good. Emily loves Arteza and Staedtler. She's a girl after my own heart. Prismacolor, I find them quite smooshy. I think I'm quite heavy-handed, and for my kind of colouring, I like quite graphic details and to have things quite I don't know, like I like to be able to colour things and to have it very precise, and I find that I don't have as much control over those very soft pencils, but they are lovely. I have no qualms about them. Spectrum Noir, yes, I have those as well. I think everyone's just gonna like be mentioning colour and pencil, like, yes, I have them. Yes, I have them. Yes, I have them too. And I have to hide them here because otherwise the kids steal them. Like quite often I'll look through their pencil case and there's like a Caran d'Ache pencil in there and a couple of other random ones that they've stolen from me. I mean, there's worse things to steal from your mom, but you know. Okay, one last question. Sylvia says, let me have a look, that she loves her, oh, what kind of pencils? Artix, A-R-R-T-X. Now, is somebody saying Arteza with a typo, or is that a kind of pencil? I'm gonna look them up. Pablo by Caran d'Ache, yes. So I have some of them. I have Black Widows as well. I have some of the Pablo pencils. They are beautiful and they are artist quality, which means that if you are an artist selling like a picture for like £50,000, you cannot use a kind of pencil where it's just going to fade over time and disappear, because the person that's bought your picture would be really annoyed. So the Caran d'Ache pencils are really highly pigmented and are, is it archival? Emily will know the word. They last a long time. So they're used by artists. I find them, for what I do, very expensive and a bit over the top. It's like, I guess, having a Ferrari to nip down to the corner shop or to do the school run. Like, what's the point? I mean, I wouldn't have a Ferrari anyway, but it's kind of like that. Like, you don't need it. And for what we do, I would rather have, I was just trying to see what Emily said there. I would rather have a couple of sets of not budget, but like not massively expensive pencils. I just think that's better. Also, if you drop a Caran d'Ache pencil and it shatters all the way through, you're just going to cry for hours and hours and hours. Also, when I sharpen them, I'm like that, wow, I'm just sharpening away money, because it's a weird thing. Like, they're so expensive. I think it makes you colour differently, like you're a bit more precious about it. Archival, I can't see it. Light fast, there you go. Emily's so good. Right, good grief. Thank you very much for joining me and like watching me have a moment where I don't know any words to say and I just have to ask Emily to tell me. Right. Somebody said to me the other day, by the way, oh, I realised that whenever you promote pencils, it's like an Amazon, what's that called, affiliate link, and you earn money off it. I don't. I really don't. So I don't know how that's happening when you go into your Amazon account, but I just like search for it on Amazon and share the link sometimes. But I don't make any money off those things. I just tell you what's good. Oh, somebody asked what sharpener do I use. So this one, last question, is a Statler one. Oh, with 2 little holes. The bigger hole's meant to be for colouring pencils, but I just use this same, I just use the wee hole for everything. I was at an event last week Friday at Waterstones here in Aberdeen, and a lady, I wish I could remember her name, I've got it written down somewhere because somebody went, well, that was me, had a jam jar with an elastic band and a pencil sharpener just stuck to it, like a little metal one. I was like, that is like a genius life hack, isn't it? Like, who needs all this fancy stuff? You just need a jam jar and a pencil sharpener with like attached with an elastic band. Genius. Right, thank you very much for joining me. Tomorrow we'll be colouring our little country kitchen sequence trio. We will use the Arteza pencils, and I'll see you back here at 4 o'clock tomorrow. Okay, take care everyone. Have a lovely evening. Goodbye.